Well, good afternoon from my car. It's been a very long time indeed since I started a video from inside my car. I had a look back at a couple of videos recently that I made maybe a decade ago. I seem to start quite a lot of my videos sat in my car, going off somewhere and taking you with me. And today is no different. As you may well have gathered from the videos that I've put out recently, they're all based around getting out on some kind of quirky stay. And again, that is what we're doing this weekend. This one is very different though. I probably wouldn't have booked this if it wasn't for a specific set of circumstances. But this weekend is my good friend Mark's 60th birthday party. It's a surprise party. Been invited to go and celebrate tomorrow. And I thought rather than book a Purple Palace premiere in, which is what I'd probably normally have done, I'm going to see what there is that's weird and wonderful that I can combine this particular trip with a quirky stay. I have found quite the thing. You just wait and see. Not entirely in keeping with the project. My quirky stays give me an opportunity to get me out in nature, to give me something different and, well, obviously quirky. I've just stopped for a sandwich, brought my packed lunch in my little cig tin. I've got a cup of tea in my clean canteen tumbler, and I've just stopped at some random services. This time's quirky stay is as seen on TV. Let's leave it there and I'll take you along with me. I have arrived. I am sat in my car just outside, but I'm not going to pretend that I haven't already been in there, because I have already been in there. And I think on quirky stay number 4, I might have found probably the most quirky place ever. This will not be beaten. It is genuinely the definition of quirky and I love it. I don't think that with my old iPhone and my mediocre videography skills that I'm going to be able to capture this to its best. I've just stood in the living room. I have an entire house just staring, wondering, I just don't know what to do with myself. This place is unreal. I'm just going to do what I like to do, take a bit of B-roll, make a nice musical montage. This place is quirky. Are you ready? Come on then, let's go see. You've got to come and see in here. It's so good. Look, let me show you. Let me show you. Do you see what I mean? This place is nuts. So let me tell you, I am at Talliston House and Gardens in Essex. I've actually got this entire house, although I'm not sleeping in the house, but there's nobody else staying here, so I have the whole house to myself. It is utterly stunning. This is full-on replica stuff. It is unbelievable and clearly a labour of love. John, the guy that put it together, met me and showed me around a little bit and told me a little bit about it, and he's left his little guide. The theming is like Disney on steroids. It is so fun and amazing, and let me tell you, it smells right and it sounds right, because there's music playing in each of the rooms and there's different smells in each of the rooms. This lounge, this living room, is actually a Welsh mead room from the late 1800s and everything is spot on. It is just so good. The front garden is a mid 1800s sort of cottage garden situation. It's got vegetables growing and all sorts in the front there. I mean, I was once told I couldn't have a standing stone in my front garden, and now I know that's not true. Where can I get me a standing stone for my front garden? Not that I have a front garden, but everything is themed. Everything is themed differently. You'll totally know when I show you where I'm sleeping why I chose it. You'll absolutely get it, and then you'll also get the treat that I've chosen for this weekend, because it fits perfectly. Honestly, I think I said unreal at least 3 times already, and I'm going to say it again. It is unreal. I am going to have a really good time here. I wanted something this weekend where I could retreat and relax around meeting lots of people tomorrow. And I'm really excited to meet these people tomorrow, but you know how much that tires me out, especially at the moment, even more so at the moment. And work's been so busy and life's been draining, genuinely finding everything difficult and hard at the moment. And then I come to somewhere like this. It's just like the setting is saying, just relax, Zoe, take it all in, stop and look and listen and smell and find joy in, quite frankly, the quirkiest thing you've ever seen in your life. I've been here, I don't know, just over an hour, and I just don't know where to look. It's so good. What I don't want this video to be is a look at my video to see this place, never come here, because quite frankly, you need to see this with your own eyes. I just want to show you the cool stuff. Please join in with my weird, childish joy. Let me show you. Honestly, I don't know if this is getting it because I've literally just shoved you on a shelf, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sitting with my legs hanging down the loft hatch. Basically, I'm sat in the loft of this semi-detached house, and this is the Cambodian temple / prayer room / shrine. There's prayer flags, there's little suitcases. Oh, honestly, this place is just fantastic. I hope you can feel that joy that I'm feeling. This is definitely not what I'd envisaged when I said I was going to do a few quirky stays this summer. Cabins in wood, tree houses. I did a caravan on a roof. You know the sort of thing that I had in mind, and this definitely wasn't it. But the opportunity presented itself because I was coming this way anyway, and this is just brilliant. I have to say though, I am sat in the loft with my legs hanging down over the loft hatch, looking at the ladder that I climbed up thinking, that's probably quite sketchy, isn't it? Right, I am going to get down out of this loft, and then I'm going to show you where I'm going to sleep because it's even better. Seriously, look, let me look. Can you see my feet hanging? That's the first floor for the office and stuff. That's the ladder, and I'm going to attempt to get back down there. Just look at it. Oh, this is so good. Let's continue our little tour. I feel like a child. Honestly, I really needed this. This is the Irish courtyard garden. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a fountain, there's fairy lights, and this is going to be really lovely later. But you won't be surprised to hear that I am staying in what on the outside looks like a barn, but on the inside is something very different indeed. When I say as seen on TV, this was featured in George Clark's, is it George Clark's Amazing Sheds or something like that? And apparently it was a finalist in Shed of the Year. I'm just going to show you inside. Welcome to my cabin in the Canadian wilderness. Now you know why I picked this one? I am staying in a cabin in the wilderness. I just so happen to be in the garden of a semi-detached house in a village in Essex, but this place is just unreal, honestly. It is authentic. The floor creaks because he's made it in exactly the same way that they would make Canadian cabins, as in without putting nails through wooden planks because the cold and heat difference would split them. Now I've got this fancy microphone which arrived this week, and I don't really know what I'm doing with it, but hopefully it's working. I can spin you around and I can actually do some voiceover properly. So at this end of the cabin then, there's a little seating area with a couple of chairs. They look nice and comfy. A fire, which I'm definitely not going to need. Little cupboards, saddles up there, obviously logs all the way up to the top here. And what I love about the way he's done it is from the outside it looks like one thing, and from the inside it looks like something else entirely. Nice little sideboard, dining table and chairs. Honestly, the attention to detail. This is obviously the cabin it's based on, and then my bed is in the roof. ladder to get up here is way easier than the ladder to get up into the prayer room in there. It's so cute. I'm in a cabin in the Canadian wilderness. Do you want to see what treat I brought? Pause here. Have a think about what kind of sweet treat you think I brought with me for this trip. Bearing in mind that what do we do? Honey down truffle, I brought pistachio truffles. The caravan on the roof, I brought the mint Terry's chocolate orange because it's wrapped in tin foil and the caravan was a metal tin caravan. For Celtic woodland holidays, because it was a cabin in the woods with fire pits and the rest of it, I brought chocolate coated marshmallows because outdoorsy life and all that. So what did I bring for this one? Well, as you can see, I'm back relaxing in my Canadian wilderness cabin. It is just still spectacular. I honestly can't get over how, dare I say, authentic it feels in here. It is like I'm in a movie set. I've been transported somewhere and I really do kind of like it. I have to say that in order to get to this level of authenticity, definitely a lot of dust and cobwebs. That's okay. As long as it doesn't get in here, I'm all right with that. There's just everything, like this leather jacket hanging here. There's a pair of ice skates. Above the door, there's an axe. Above the bed, there's a proper lantern like the sort that you'd use in the snow. I went out for dinner this evening. The cabin is in a reasonable sized town and there was lots of choice. Being Friday of a bank holiday weekend, I did look in advance this time and book somewhere, which if you watched my Bristol video, you'll know that that's something that I kind of regretted that I didn't do for that one. I booked myself dinner at an Indian, just 5 minutes walk down the street, and it was delicious. I really enjoyed it. If I'm completely honest with you, the reason I picked the Indian over the pub was because the Indian had bindi bhaji on the menu, and they don't all have bindi bhaji on the menu, and that is one of my favourite things. Apparently they're quite successful in the British Curry Awards every year, that one. I am absolutely shattered. I'm really just feeling it, and you know what? That's the way it's going to be sometimes. It's going to come in waves, isn't it? This little getaway is perfectly timed in that sense, but you want to know what my sweet treat is, don't you? Now actually, I went to Hotel Chocolat for my treat this time because I happen to know they do these little packs of 6 nice little chocolates, little truffle chocolates, and this particular flavour is spicy maple. And I thought, if I'm staying in a Canadian wilderness themed cabin, then something maple flavoured is probably exactly what I need. And I happen to know that these are rather delicious. So I'm going to have 1 or 2 of these as my little supper treat. I'm going to do a little bit of writing and then I'm going to go to bed. Oh, and whilst I'm opening these, did you notice that my pyjama bottoms have got mousse on them, which seems wholly appropriate, don't you think? I've even dressed for the occasion. They're as good as I remember. They have got a real kick of chili just sitting on the back of my throat. Oh, they're so good. With that, I will say good night, sleep well, or I hope I do. See you in the morning. welcome to my Japanese Zen room, which is not a sentence I ever thought I'd say. As I think you'll have seen, I have had a slow one, or I am having a slow one because it's not finished yet. And I've just really been drinking tea and noticing things that this guy John has put so much effort into theming this entire house in lots of different ways. I've just really been enjoying having a bit of a mooch around the house and seeing what's what. It is so very quirky. I absolutely love it. And I've obviously brought my tea with me. He did very graciously request, I think probably from experience, I didn't eat in the other rooms other than the kitchen, but I could drink in other places. So I have my tea. And yeah, I'm just having a wander around and enjoying this house, this amazing house he's put together, this most incredibly quirky place. I did send a couple of friends a photo of the cabin just to say, you're going to have to help me find something quirkier. And everybody seems to agree it is quite spectacular. But anyway, good morning. It is Saturday morning. I slept reasonably well. Bed was comfortable, very cozy in my little attic spot. And yeah, like I say, I've just been having a lovely slow morning and enjoying my morning routine. It's somewhere different. I've still got a couple of hours before I need to go anywhere. There is a Trig pillar I wouldn't mind bagging not far from here, so I think I might do that. Oh, do you like my top, by the way? This is new. This ISO bar company, they make merino wool clothing. I've loved them for years. They very kindly send me bits and bobs every now and again, and it was really kind of them. They sent me a couple of t-shirts and a jumper. First outing this weekend. This is just like a big boxy t-shirt and I really like it. It's going to travel really well, and merino, so I can literally wear it for days without washing it, and there is no chance of it stinking, which is great. Now John very kindly left me all of my breakfast bits and bobs in the fridge and the cupboards, so I'm going to go and have a moochy breakfast. Look, hang on. I just want to prove to you that I'm not a proper vlogger or social media or anything. Look, hang on, let me show you. This is how breakfast should look. None of this pristine anything. Shove it in a bowl, mix it up and eat it all together. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I was coming away for a weekend and not going for a little walk, did you? I've just been to bag that little Trig point. I've walked a mile, saw that one on the map before I came and I thought, I'm gonna have that. Just a little excuse to get some fresh air and just see a little bit of the Essex countryside while I'm here. It's really peaceful out here, and there's a pub just down here and I might have a drink before I carry on and head to my friend's birthday event. I'm back at my cabin, time to relax for the evening. I've had a really lovely day today. You'd have seen that this morning I had a really slow one. Morning routine, proper mooch, slow breakfast, lots of tea, and it was lovely. Then I headed over to meet my friends, but on the way I decided to bag a Trig pillar. It was a 1 mile round trip. It was a Trig pillar overlooking a reservoir. I stopped at the reservoir. There was a visitor centre there. Been spending the afternoon with my friends, which has been really wonderful. Happy birthday, Mark. I suspect your big birthday's still going on for a little while yet, isn't it? I was really glad to have been a part of that this afternoon. So I've eaten plenty of buffet food this afternoon, so I am in no need of a proper dinner, but I will definitely be putting the kettle on and making a cup of tea, obviously, eating a couple more of those lovely spicy maple chocolates, and then seeing what the evening might bring. Read a bit of my book, maybe do a bit of writing. Actually, I've just thought the lighting in this bit is probably horrendous. I'm sat in my little bed area in the mezzanine floor in this little cabin. If anything interesting happens, or if I feel like I've got something to tell you, then I will do that. Just got back from a short walk around the town just to get some fresh air in the evening, and I've just noticed the bell. Did you see that? I notice new things every minute in this place. It is unbelievably intricate in its detail and it's fantastic. I lived in a house as a kid, probably very late 80s, an old Victorian terrace house in Devonport in Plymouth. It had a pull bell where the cable all went through and it hit the bells at the top, and that still worked. And I just remember you just pull it and let go and it would ring the bells, and that's just absolutely love that. This place is unbelievable. Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm doing my morning routine in my little cabin this morning rather than over in the kitchen area. I have been over to make a cup of tea already, and I'm not sure if I made this clear before, but the bathroom for the cabin is also just off the kitchen as well, and the bathroom is a different theme. Lots of paraphernalia associated with the sea. But yeah, unlike yesterday where John, the owner, left me my breakfast bits to fix my own because I was staying 2 nights, so he was like, do you just want the place to yourself? And I'm like, yes, absolutely, thanks very much. He is coming back this morning to sort out breakfast and obviously check out. I had a great night's sleep last night. That bed is actually very comfortable. I've probably slept better last night than I have for the last week. As I think I mentioned earlier, the emotions have been strong this week. I think that's the way to put it. This has been a welcome reprieve, a welcome change in proceedings for me. Obviously, the excuse being it was my friend's surprise birthday party yesterday. And while that was difficult to attend on my own because Mark was our friend, not just my friend, I'm really glad I made the effort to go. It was good to catch up. And it wasn't just Mark I got to catch up with either. I got to catch up with some other good friends that I've known for a long time and have lots of things in common with. It was the right thing to do, but it was hard. So it's been good to bookend that, if you like, surround that with something a bit weird and wacky. It's going to take some beating. Let me finish my morning pages, finish my tea, clearly get out of my moose pyjamas. I know they're not a good look, but I've never been fashionable and I've never really been that bothered. What you get in these videos is just me, I'm afraid. Just me being me. I'll come back to close out this video in a little bit. This is the other ISO bar piece that they sent me, which is very nice of them. This is a hiking mid-layer. It's super cozy, some holes, of course. It's going to be great for autumn winter, but there's just a little bit of a chill in the air this morning. About to go into breakfast, but I just wanted to round this off a little bit, I suppose, in my little cabin. And I've moved to the other end, and actually I can see my tea over there, so we're gonna have to make this quick because I can't reach my cup of tea now. Oh, I am nothing if not predictable, but tea is the best thing ever, so you know, you can't blame me. The whole point of my Quirky Stays is still to create some space for myself. Not a big adventure, just something small, to a quiet place where time just feels a little bit slower. And you cannot deny that Talliston House and Gardens, this cabin, has given me that in spades. This place is quirky to the dictionary definition of quirky. It's wonderful in its eccentricities. I love that somebody has the kind of brain that can dream up and then create something like this. It's like walking into another world when you go through every single door in this house. It is just incredible, unreal, ridiculous, but in the best possible way. I'm really conscious that this video's been quite samey in it's just me showing you this place and how I don't even know where to look. But there are things I haven't even mentioned because there's been so much stuff. There's so much to see. There's so much attention to detail. Every room smells right. The fact that every room sounds right. I really hope that I've been able to give you a sense of how incredible this place is. And I hope you get a sense of how this place, Talliston, has fitted in and helped me describe so well this idea of using Quirky Stays to be proactive in my grief and do something that's a little bit out of the ordinary just to make a point to myself about what I'm going through right now. As always, there'll be a blog post that goes with this little video in which I'll talk about prices and location, all of that good stuff. But I just want to say how cozy this cabin has been, just in general, how wonderful it's been to stay in such a place as this, and how I love that people like John create this sort of thing and experience something really out of the ordinary. And it is going to take some beating, but the next one's already booked. The next one is in the middle of nowhere and it's very different again. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video, that you'll give it that little like, that just makes me smile inside. Go and check out the blog post that goes with this one and the rest of the Quirky Stay series so far. This is number 4, and I really hope I will see you in the next one for Quirky Stay number 5. I honestly don't know if I'm describing all of this in a way that is coming across well or properly. I still feel like people may see these quirky stays, and especially making videos about them, as a weird and maybe even inappropriate thing for me to be doing at the moment. But despite the fact, the very real fact, that I would much rather be having adventures with my husband this summer, I feel that I can and should seek out things that bring me a sense of joy in this otherwise dark time. And by sharing them, I want to show others that deep sorrow and joy can be felt in so many different ways, and that it's still possible to find moments of peace and love and kindness and joy and happiness and all of the emotions in amongst the sadness. Look, grief is hard, and I guess this is me trying to make my way through it, trying to make sense of this lot I've been given in my own quirky way. I'll see you next time.